Hi, it's Nora Beth, and I'm making a flip through this morning of my first legacy art journal that's almost finished. I need to do a few more pages in it, and we'll share those with you as I do them, but I thought you might like to see the pages that I've done so far. For those of you who haven't heard of my legacy art journal program, this is what it is. I was thinking a few months ago about all the pages and the journals that I've done, and about the fact that they're just sitting there and, what am I going to do with them there? And the first thing I came up with after thinking about it for a little while was to create what I'm calling legacy art journals, and these are for my grandchildren. My plan is to create an art journal for each grandchild and to share with them different life principles and verses from the Bible that will bless them and be something that they will keep as being something from their grandma long after I'm gone. So that's my plan. And so what I did this morning is I just did a flip through of my very first one that I've been working on with some of the pages. I do apologize. In some spots my voice is a little raspy. I don't know what that's about. I think it's allergies, which is kind of frustrating, but what am I going to do? Anyway, so I hope that you will enjoy watching these. I hope you'll consider joining our Facebook group called Legacy Art Journaling. I'll put the link down below the video. And I also hope that you'll subscribe to the videos, because that will give me a real boost and help me to keep going with them and keep sharing. Anyway, I hope you enjoy watching the video, and I'll get back with you later. Thanks a lot. Bye. Good morning. I thought as I'm getting ready to start making videos again about my legacy art journaling that I'd give you a quick run through first of the pages that I have done so far and what they look like. Let me start by showing you what book I'm using for this, although you can of course use any book you want. I really like this book because it is watercolor paper, so it holds up so well, and it keeps me from having to prep pages a lot. I don't have to, because the pages are heavy enough that I can just go in and start doing the artwork. And what I've done is I took the book apart. It actually comes bound with a wire ring, and I took it apart, and I wanted to be able to have it as a thick book and have the pages not fall out. Now the cover, I have not designed the cover yet, because I'll design an individual cover for each grandchild, and I just haven't quite figured that out. But it does have a very hard cover, as you can see. So this is the first page, and this is pretty much the pattern that I follow on each one. I'm not going to talk about each of them this long, but this is the pattern that I follow for each one, which is I print out what the message is that I want to have on it, and I also print out a scripture verse that is designed to emphasize the message. Now each one of these is different, and I used a different technique with each of them, but basically I'm using the same products, and those are acrylic paints. Sometimes I use sprays and stuff, but if you're just starting out, you can start real simple. So I'm just going to give you the real basic way that I started out. I like to go to the Dollar Tree. I bought this on a little spool at the Dollar Tree, and this cross came from some stickers at the Dollar Tree. These things I will just print off onto cardstock on my printer. So I basically look them up on the computer, and I decide what font I want to use, and then I go ahead and print them up so that they'll fit on the page. So you can see how the process works, and it just gets layered. So different pages have different kinds of things layered on them, but what you want is some texture. You can see this one has a doily underneath. And so I'm just briefly going to go through and let you look at them. I may say a word or two about each one, but I think they're pretty self-explanatory. I just wanted to do this flip through so that it gives you some ideas and maybe kind of a hint as to what it is I'm doing in the process. Now here's the second one. As you can see, it's the same thing, cardstock with the quotes. This one has a little like sticker or feather on it, and it also has a little metal a little metal tag that says Faith, and I glued it on with some string to give it some interest. The next one is pretty much all paper. The only thing on it that's not paper is this little silk flower right here with a jewel in the middle of it, and you can see it, so that gives it a little bit of interest. I just cut out a bunch of circles and layered circles, so each one of these flowers has 3 different size circles layered on it, so it's very easy. Straight, just cut out straight paper. I found some green paper. You can see this is pattern paper, like the kind you would get for scrapbooks or something. And I just cut out different circles out of the different pattern paper. And here I cut out some leaf shapes and glued them on. So that was basically it, and there's just stamping in the back. So this is a very easy one, and I just outlined it with white ink. This one's pretty much the same. I found butterflies. I look for, if you go online and you search for free ephemera butterflies online, it'll give you a bunch of butterflies and hearts and things. You can do it for anything, and then you can print them out and use them. So this is just, you can see I tore pieces of paper and I just collaged them on here, and then I stuck the important things on the front. This one has some butterflies that I found on sale that have, so I just glued them on. You can see they have little plastic bodies on them. And anyway, I started to say about the colors. This is the one for my oldest granddaughter. I'm working from oldest to youngest, and she's not a person that likes a lot of pastel colors and tons of flowers and things like that. So I'm trying to make each one personalized for each grandchild. If you don't have grandchildren, you could do it for your children, or you could do it for a dear friend or relative. This one has just a little paper flower on it, and you can see that this actually is a drawing that I did of my husband and of Mackenzie when she was about 3 years old or so, and they were walking together up in Mammoth. And so this one just says keep moving forward, and then it says trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. And then here's another one I did. Now this one I did use some brighter colors and flowers, but you got to do it once in a while. Anyway, so you can see what kind of messages they are. They're positive messages. Now some of these, unless I put a person's name under them, they are not quotes. They are things that I actually wrote down as life principles that I want them to remember. This one just has little hearts, lacy hearts that I found on a roll that were on sale, and then I did put a little metal cross down here on the bottom, which you can see if I get it up here a little better. There you go. Okay. And there's this one. This again was just, you can see it's got paper, and it's got this pretty flower that I found. It's got some colored stamping back here. I found these flowers and they kind of match this one. And then I took these paper flowers that were like white or a creamy color, and you can actually color them yourself with paint or dye or whatever you want to use. So that's what I did on that one. And as you can see, it's a very simple page. It's got paper, stamping, flowers. That's basically it. So it's, not difficult at all. And then there's this one, and it's mostly paper. And the main reason I'm keeping these mostly paper is because that'll allow them to lie flat. I do put some embellishments on them here and there, as you can see. And this one I just did some dots with some glitter, a tube of glitter. And let's see, I think that's it for this book.